Hello everyone, we are back once again. STB's back. Tell a fucking friend. We're back here once again. Of course, going to be racing here this time in Australia. Very entertaining circuit. It brought us some great action yesterday in, of course, Tier 2, and we're looking for that same type of action here tonight. Barbar and Plant Baseball, the top two so far in the qualifying session, but Kerem, who's now invalidated his lap time, cannot actually come across to try and beat out their laps. As we go to Gekabre here in P4, he's on an lap as well, trying to look for his P1 potentially. The German having a great time so far in the qualifying session. Finishing in the top 5 would be absolutely fantastic for the Ferrari. And if he can do that, he'd be pumping his fists in the air. The league owner, though, STB Maldi, is down into P17, into the pit lane. He's going to have to come out soon to try and finish off his lap or get a lap in. It's going to be very difficult for him to do so. I believe he just blocked a Red Bull there, Barbar. Yes, that's Barbar Jr. Very close to coming together there between himself and STB Maldi. We're going to have to see how bad that is going to be for his lap time here. And I think, yeah, he's let go. He is done on his lap. Just that one little moment between himself and STB Maldi, it costs him an entire lap to try and get better. Here's Kiku here, though. He's going to come into this left-hander and try and get off to a flying start here for his last lap here in the qualifying session. As we go down into the right-hander, he's going to sweep it in. He's a 10th up on his lap time. It's a great lap so far by Kiku. This will put him up into around the P5 territory, and starting out in that top 5 territory will be absolutely fantastic for this Alpine as he comes now down the straight, the big straight, the one leading into the chicane, which is of course a big part of the circuit. You can see the Red Bull just up ahead of him. Could be giving him some dirty air there, just maybe by accident, but it could cost him huge into that chicane. Now coming out of it, going into this right-hander here, the Alpine, we're going to have to take a look on the top right of our screens. We are now going to come close, to the end of his lap. Has he improved enough to try and get himself up into the top 3? That is really a massive aim if he can get that right at the end of this qualifying session. And around that last turn, he's going to come here. Here is the Alpine. Across the line, he's going to come. Kiku, what's it going to be for the Alpine? 16.589. It is in the top 5, but just by a little amount. 1/10 and 78 milliseconds there for Gekabre. Apparently he's up by. Plant Baseball hasn't validated his lap time. This does open up an opportunity here for the Ferrari to potentially capitalise on that mistake by that Kicksaba, who so far, whilst dominating this qualifying session, has left himself vulnerable here in the last few seconds of this qualifying session. Here comes the Ferrari then. What is it going to be for Gekabre as he comes into this right-hander? Of course, Mark Tunic is also on a lap time. If his sector 1 is quick enough, he could be up there in the top spots as well as STB Maldi. You know, he had an absolutely awful lap last time out. He's going to look to well improve on that. Around the last turn here for Gekabre, and a little bit of a wobble there going into the left-hander. Now into the right-hander, he's going to go full on the throttle. Across the line, he's going to come. Can Gekabre get up into P1? No, he can't. It's going to be a 16.661. And a really bad last sector, and unfortunately just loses all of his time. So far, Plant Baseball is still in that top spot, but Barbar is up by 3/10, it says on the top right-hand corner. I don't know if that's true or not, but we're going to see. Around this last turn, if he is around 3/10 up on his lap, it can enable him to take up into that top spot going into the Grand Prix. Round that last turn he goes. He's gone very slow there in that last turn. I think that's cost him all the lap time he can. I think he's got low fuel mode. He has. He's living at that. Up on his lap time, eventually, he's 3 seconds off of his own pace. Here comes Mark Tunic, though. Across the line, he will come. He can pretty much be the only driver to try and challenge that Plant Baseball's time. Across the line, he's going to come. What's it going to be for Mark Tunic? 16.1. Up into the P2 slot. He'll be delighted with that. But it's just not P1. That is still held by Plant Baseball with a fantastic qualifying session from him. A 15.933. That grants him the best advantage going into the Australian Grand Prix. So there you are then, folks. That is going to be that there for the top 20. Of course, Plant Baseball is in that P1 slot. The STB League owner, the STB Maldi, I assume had an awful lap there. And he is in last place. I'm trying to get the stream up on my phone, so if you are talking in the chat, don't worry, I'm not ignoring you. I just didn't have it on my phone as of yet. We're going to load up the STB League. 22 viewers, it says here on air. That'd be absolutely delightful if we could see that. Pistol, I hope you brought your 9mm. What? Alright. Yeah. Alright, yeah. Well, it's just a bit mental, that really, isn't it? Just a bit crazy, that. It's just slightly odd. Please don't ignore me, says Tom is cool, man. Well, there you go, pal. I'm not ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you. Coco Melon fan says I'm really, really gay for you. Would rather not, mate. I'm not. I don't swing that way. Thank you, boss, says Thomas Coolman. No worries, mate. No worries. On God, real. What is going on? Right. What is this chat doing then? I'm here to comment on the race and not here to talk about that. Alright? Let's watch the race, lads. Let's see what happens in Tier 3 before we do anything mental. Here we go, then. They've all picked their strategies. What I've heard from the paddock is going to be just a really dry race. Nothing particularly incredible going to happen in terms of the weather. And if I did remember, because I did create the lobby, and I did remember to put on the formation lap, I was kind of scared that I didn't there for a second. Why don't we make this F125 race really gay by making the racing line super curvy and not straight? No, let's not do that. And to be honest with you, the Coco Melon fan, you're on your last warning, mate. So from now on, if you type anything in the chat, I'm not reading it out. So let's not do that, please. Plot Baseball, the only man on mediums in the top 9. That is quite the significance there. And there's a big change in strategy. Wow, cancelled. How was your day, Pistol? It's been great, Cabrado. Hopefully it gets even better, really, for this race here, folks. Of course, Tier 3 does always bring us some great action. Might not bring us the most amazing action out of the entirety of the league racing. Hello, I'm here from the world of TikTok. Hello, Finsters F1. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Of course, follow us on that TikTok, and by the way, you can also join us for the STB Racing League. Us shouting at our screen, we could be shouting at you. So you can definitely go ahead on the TikTok, look in our bio, our Discord link is in there. Give that a good old click. Get onto the Discord, give us a wave, like a plane, and yeah, we'll get you in. And I could be commentating on you. You could be in the Williams, you could be in the Ferrari, you could be in the Red Bull, you could be in the Mercedes. That was an STB ages ago. Then I joined back when TikTok was huge, but I didn't know. I know we did have a bit of a blow up. I joined through King of Leagues. Big up, well done, Thomas Coleman. And hey, if anyone wants to join the big leagues, then you can join us. We are the big leagues now. We are up there. We are no longer the small little thing that is, 11 years ago. We are the big leagues, and this is one of the big leagues here in Tier 3. We're going to get going, and it's going to reach those 5 red lights. And it is green light, go, go, go. We go racing here in Australia and going down towards that first turn. Plot Baseball with the softer compound tyre. He's going to have a better exit, a better start there than the Alpine. But the Alpine's still going to send up the inside there of Mark Tignich. And Mark Tignich has lost a lot of time because of that. There was a little bit of contact there going into that turn. And people are going side by side as we're going down this little straight here, going into this right-hander. Looks like up the inside goes Barbar. There are the Alpine. Around the outside it'll go. Big contact. There's a Red Bull going off track there. But the other Red Bull's going to go around the outside here of Mark Tignich. He's got the position. And so is is the Aston Martin on East U here. As here we go down in these positions, it's Rocco, and there's side-by-side action here as we go down these little moments here. We're going to go into the right-hander. Is anybody going to go side-by-side? Is anybody brave enough to try and get into these weird positions? Bushmaster with a 3-second time penalty so very early on into this Grand Prix as the STB Maudi is flying through here. And here we go. He's going to get boxed in like a fish. He's now going to go around the outside on the right-hand side. He's still having to keep it a width here. And now side-by-side action in between the Haskar and the Mercedes going into the right-hander. Now here we go. Around the outside. And the Haskar does get the manoeuvre. Very surprising and entertaining Grand Prix so far, but Joe the Super, 22, trying to go for the move around the outside. Hits the back, unfortunately. But now at the inside, he'll go here of Kiku. Can he get the manoeuvre on the Alpine? Yes, he can, but he pushes him off just a little bit. The McLaren now looks for the opportunity. Down the inside, now around the outside he'll go. Now down the inside once more. Here we go, neck and neck, and now his neck is ahead. Rocco Lieber up into B9, folks. Kiku, though, coming right back at him here, going down the pit lane straight, looking for the move, and into turn one, you can take a look at the McLaren here on the Ferrari. The Ferrari going a tiny little bit deep. Can the McLaren capitalise on that? I don't think he can. And oh, massive moment there from Rocco. Massive moment there from Rocco. Here comes Restorev. He comes through, and so does INF. And it's STB Maudi. He comes through for the position here. They're side by side going down into this right hand, and the McLaren still looking to keep his nose in there, but he can't. So we look further down the grid. People still very close to each other. There's the McLaren and the Mercedes side by side going into this left-hander. Now right-hander. What's going to happen between the two of them? The racing ball there of Synetics going to come through for the position on the Mercedes, because the Mercedes was slowing down a bit too much from going side by side there with the McLaren. And there we go. I'm a Clip Farm commentator. I'm not missing this commentary. You're absolutely not, folks, because we're still going on. The action is still going as we now go down this straight. Here comes Kiku. He's side by side here with Williams going to go into the left-hand. There's a bit of contact there going into the turn. They're still going to be side by side. And oh no! Big contact there between the Williams and Kiku. It could have been fatal if he just turned in a little bit too early. But fortunately for the Alpine, he's able to keep his four wheels on track as we now go into the third sector. Very entertaining. Only 2 laps in this. And if you look at the top spots, you can take a look at Plant Baseball. He is still keeping that P1 with those mediums. He's going to have a softer compound tyre. He's going to use a loop. He's going to look to utilise that quick pace off the start. And it is what he's doing. Can he create a big enough gap to when he boxes? It's actually a benefit for him. Here comes Restorev. He's going to go up the inside of the Mercedes. The Mercedes is going to brake a little bit early. Try and get a better exit rather than the better braking zone. So we now go on to this tiny little straight going down into the right-hander. He's not going to get close enough to try and look for the manoeuvre. If we look behind him, you can see the Alpine. He's perching, looking for a move. That's Rocco Libre. Is going to look for a move, as well as STB Maudi. He gets the move here and out on the Ascar of INF. A great manoeuvre there by the STB League owner, who also commentates on Tier 1 and Tier 2. That is Mondays and Tuesdays. As we look into this right-hander here, Synetic is just right behind INF, and INF goes a tiny bit wide, and now the opportunity for Synetic has come through. Right now, so he's looking to go here, side-by-side between Kiku and Joe Super. Again, 2 side-by-side actions going on. In comes the McLaren. The McLaren also going to creep up the inside. He gets the move as well. Kiku getting the position on the Restorev, as Restorev concedes the position. Come on, you Irons, just getting up the Gooners. Big up the Hammers, as here comes Synetic and Rocco Libre. What's going to happen here between the two of them, as it looks like the McLaren's going to send up the inside here on the racing bull. The racing bull looking for a switchback. No, look out to void. Was there contact there with the Mercedes of Mick Munn? I don't think there was, but that was very, very close to something being dramatic there on the circuit if Rocco Libre just turned in a bit earlier. Here we go, though, going on to the exit here as we take a look at Rocco Libre. He's into the box. I think he might have some wing damage. Not good for him so very early on in this race. No, he's actually just going to change his tyres. I think he's just got some extremely worn-out mediums already, only 4 laps in. But the tyre wear is really, really bad on this game, so I wouldn't even blame him if I'm honest with you. Well, you can take a look at Barbar here. He's closed down that gap between himself and Plants Baseball here to that top spot. That is going to be a 1 second time gap that he's going to look to penetrate here as we go down this straight, using this DRS, trying to go as quick as he can across this straight and get himself the position. No Johnson with a 3 second time penalty, unfortunately for him. He's not having a great race so far. Kerem, though, going to go into this right-hander, now going onto the exit. He's going to use the ERS, and now the DRS that has been enabled for him. Here we go, the Aston Martin getting very close to the Alpine in the battle for the lead here in Tier 3. Is not happening because that's Mark Tunich. I don't know what I'm on about. Here's the Barbar, here's the Red Bull on the Sauber, not Kerem on the Alpine. I don't know what I'm on about. But this is the battle for the lead between Plant Baseball here and Barbar. Is that pit just a little bit of an indicator that these mediums are wearing off too quickly, too early? And if so, do the medium runners need to box right around now? It's so very early on into this Grand Prix. But we know how bad time. Oh no! Big fucking moment! What the fuck? Gekko Bray's been absolutely murdered on the circuit. He's been turned round. And here we go. Rest of get the position here on Kiku as the Williams has just pulled ahead. There we go. Here's Barbar getting extremely close here to Plant Baseball. Going down the straight. Can he look for it going into the chicane? It's a very dangerous manoeuvre place to look for it. We're going onto the exit. Oh no! 3-second time penalty. That is not something you want to see if you are a Plant Baseball fan. We go into the left-hander here. I think INF has made a mistake going onto that exit there. Who told me he's not a clip farmer? We are all clip farmers here at STB, my friend. It's just what we do. INF, who just lost a couple of positions. Meet baseball fan here. There's Cabrado. Boschmaster with a 3-second time penalty going on to the exit here with the Haskell. Will he get close enough to try and look for the manoeuvre? I don't think he will. Mick Mullen getting very close here to STB Maldi. Of course, STB Maldi is the league owner. If you do not know, then get to know and get to join our league. A bit wide there. I think Karam's just went. I think braking a bit too deep. Missing the braking zone by just a little bit. And it's cost him quite a little bit of time. But here we go, getting very close here, Barbar with Plant Baseball. Is the battle for the lead just about to commence? ERS being used, and the DRS is now being used by the Red Bull to look to put alongside of the Kick Sauber, and he will! Round the outside, the Red Bull's looking to go, and he gets it. He's also going to get the DRS going on to the exit. That will cement his P1 so far, as Kiku overtaking Demetrius going into this turn. Kyriakidis going on to the exit, he goes wide, and that's a 3-second time penalty, unfortunately, for the McLaren. But here comes Rest of Rev. The Williams looking to pounce on that mistake. Down the inside, he lunges it there on the McLaren. They go a bit wide. They lock tyres. They lock tyres. Going on to the exit, but the Williams is able to stay ahead. And I think the McLaren go wide there again. And now here comes Joe the Super. Around the outside, he's looking to go. But McLaren defends it well. Using this man's commentary as motivation for my 210 leg press next week. I hope you have a nice time doing that, Cabrada, my friend. Hopefully I can help you do that. Well, my commentary, that's a big moment there from Karam going on to the exit. He's not had a very stable Grand Prix so far. As Westerov with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings has just occurred. Kyriakidis here, still in P8, around 0.07 of a second behind the man in front, of course, the Williams. I assume these hard tyres are just going to come into play now. These hard tyres should be quicker than these medium runners. Granite says, no DNFs yet. What is this? That is a good question. The answer is, so far, so good for Tier 3. That's all I've got to say. Plant Baseball, though, another 3-second time penalty. That can pretty much cement him out this Grand Prix. He's going to get very close here, though, to Barbar going down this little straight. Is he going to look to lunge it here, the Kick Sauber? No. We are going to run Riot tomorrow, Granite. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll be commentating on that as well, pal, so... Left-hander here for Karam, now into the right-hander he goes. Barbar! Barbar is round! Barbar is fucking round! But here we go! Mark Tony's going to come down the stretch and have looked to get the position here on the Red Bull. Going into the first one, there's a bit of a squeeze there between himself and the Red Bull. But that's a massive moment. Barbar... He now has to battle for the lead against Mark Tunic and Karim. As we're going to go down this straight here. Here comes the Alpine getting close, but not close enough. Do we get any rewards for the least amount of time penalties? I don't think so. I don't think so, Granite. INF going to get a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But that's a massive moment in this Grand Prix. Granted, if you take a look at the detail of the penalties for the Plant Baseball, it's not looking good. But it invites more pressure from the people who can overtake for the win, which is Mark Tunic and Kerem. These two will be sniffing the back of Barbar. Not in that way, but in the way of I'm going to try and get at you. Not in that way. Left under here for Mark Tunic. Now into the right. As here's Kiko overtaking Eastu. Round the outside he goes. He's going to rhyme and dime that overtake on him. Going to go down this little straight. He's just not close enough, Martinic. Martinic, of course, being inside of the podium here today is a great benefit. Let's take a look at Barbar's wing here. Has he got any front wing damage from this little moment he had into that last turn? I don't think he has. As Gekabre and INF are now going to have a little battle here. INF, can he go for a switchback manoeuvre? Looking for maybe the outside line or the inside line. No, he cannot look for any line. He has to stay behind. Into the pits goes Kyriakidis. He's had enough of today. As is Eastdew here. DRS being used on the Alpine. I don't think he's going to be close enough to look for that manoeuvre though, as George Hutch has overtaken STB Maudi, but Maudi's not going to go down without a fight. ERS is going to be absolutely utilised down this little straight here. Is he going to look to send it down the inside? No, he cannot. George Hutch in P11 doing God's work. Into the right-hander here for STB Maudi. As we look up ahead, Cinetic is just behind Joe the Super. Gonna go down this straight here. We just know how close these two are gonna get. The Racing Bull up against the Mercedes here. DRS being used. They're gonna pull alongside shoulder to shoulder as they go down the straight. They're still side by side, wheel to wheel, going into the left-hander to the right. There's a bit of a bump there, I think, for the Mercedes, but luckily for the Red Racing Bull, he's able to control it well. He now has the DRS going onto the exit here, and he can now have a calm moment to himself. Joe the Super just behind Cinetic here. ERS and DRS down the straight. Is he going to get close enough for the move? I don't think he will, but he might get close enough here just on this upcoming straight. Because we all know that this place can also bring us some action, some entertainment. As here comes Eastdew on Kiku. Down the inside of the Ferrari, looks to lunge here on the Alpines. A bit of contact between the two of them. They go a bit wide. Here comes Restorev. He's looking to maybe gain a position here. Around the outside, he's looking to go of the Alpine. The Alpine defends it well, though. Right-hander here for the two of these drivers. Kerem now going to come down the straight. Looks like Mark Tunjic has lost his DRS to Barber. He's just too slow. And here comes Kerem. Kerem, run the outside. He's going to go on the Alpine. Can he get the position here? On the Alpine! Bit of contact. He has to cut the corner. Luckily for them, there's no big collision between the two of them. They're able to keep their positions. But going on to the exit here, here comes the Aston Martin. He's going to lunge it down this one. That's a fucking massive move! He's up into P3. Well done to Kerem. Well done to Kerem, doing a good little manoeuvre there. He's up into those top spots now. But now he's inviting pressure here from Kiku and Eastdew. They're both going to go down the straight. There we go. There's Eastdew. Right onto the back. So it just looks like we're going to have a little bit of a pile-up here between these drivers and P3. As Boschmaster and Rocco Libra having a little bit of a battle here at the back. There's Nick Mullen and Joe the Super overtaking each other there down the straight. I think Joe the Super's going to have the DRS here. Can he get close enough? I don't think he can. Mark Tunjic though, can he get close enough for a move back on Kerem for those top spots? I don't think he can. The two Alpines here in both P4 and P5. Gekabre overtaking Iceman here. Of course, Gekabre also getting taken out by the fellow Ferrari man of Eastdew. Is wide! Goes the Iceman. Fucking hell. He's going to lose some time there. Oh, Rocco Libre not doing very well. Plant Baseball's in the pits. Eastdew and Kiku side by side going off the last turn. Here we fucking go! It's neck and neck going down towards turn 1. The Aston Martin defending to the Alpine just up ahead though, as Kiku's up the inside into the first turn. He gets the move completed. If we look just up ahead, it looks like the Aston Martin is ahead, and here comes Eastdew back on Kiku. He gets the overtake, and Kiku look for it again. I think there's a little bit of a bump. Oh no, the Alpine with a little bit of loss of traction there. He could have potentially gone massively round. And if so, would have been fatal. George Hutch with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. DRS now for Mark Tunyich. Can he get close enough as Kiki and Eastju still going at it in between these two? Fantastic racing! Round the outside, Mark Tunyich is looking to go. He's not just looked for it, he's got it. Fantastic stuff there from Mark Tunyich. He's up into P2 on track. But here comes Eastju back on Kiki. But nothing's going to happen from these two. Life is a highway! I'll be riding all night fucking long! Oh shit! Oh shit! McMullen and Cinetic killing each other there into the gravel! I can't believe that! The V-Cob smashing the back here. That could have been fatal. Down the inside he's going to look to go again on the Mercedes. He's going to cut into the pit lane. Joe the Super overtaking STB Maldi as STB Maldi here. Gonna get some pressure from behind. Not the first time he's ever said that. Here we go. Here comes Cacabre. Right on the back of STB Maldi. Side by side they're gonna go into the right-hander. Maldi, can he stick his nose in there? Can he keep it clean between himself and the Ferrari? I think he can. He's gonna look for the outside manoeuvre. He's not gonna get it though. Very, very difficult place to try and overtake there, that turn. Oh shit! What the fuck was that? Is that going to be a loss of wing? Man, he's lost his fucking wing, bruv! I can't believe it. As Plant Baseball overtaking McMullen. Gekar Bray and Joe the Super here going to go into the left-hander. And Gekar Bray overtaking very nice and neatly. And you can just take a look at STB Maldi. There's a bit. Oh my shit! The Haas and the Williams. The Williams overtaking the Haas though. Going down into this right-hander. Is the Haas going to look for another manoeuvre? Just bombing up the inside. Looks like Mark Tunyich is in the pits, everybody. Mark Tunyich is in the pits. But here comes the fucking Williams. Now Maldi, he's dipping it into the pit lane. Let's if he doesn't kill. Oh my god, he was mighty close to this front right wheel. Jesus. That was a bit too close for my liking. But there we fucking go then. Here comes Restorev. Iceman getting very close. And it looks like Joe the Super does have DRS, but it's not going to be enough to protect himself from a potential dive bomb, which the Racing Bull is not going to enact. Jeez, he made the pit lane just about boys and girls. Here comes the Williams. Right-hander here. And looks like the Mercedes is a bit slow there going onto the exit there. Joe the Super, a bit slow. There's now side by side between, looks like Restorev and Iceman. And now Restorev on the back here, on the Mercedes. Can he get a 2-for-1 like a Tesco fucking meal deal? Into the left-hander. He's fucking got it. Kiku here, and there's the Kirikidis overtaking the Iceman there, and oh shit! The Alpine sending it there on the Haas! On the inside, Mark Tunyich goes. He's wasting no time to get onto the fucking pedal here. Get as quick as he can. And that comes out in his racing, and here we fucking go here as well between Kiku and Kerem. Looks like Kiku just lost a bit of time there to Kerem, to be fair, as we just went up. And here comes Kirikidis. He's very close, going onto the straight here. And it looks like the Alpine is going to try and pull ahead here of the Iceman. Bit of contact! Bit of contact into that first turn. The Alpine is very lucky not to get absolutely fucked there around the outside. Mark Tunyich now looks to go over the McLaren. Looking for a minute, maybe a little switch back. He's getting held up here. Right-hander here. Mark Tunyich, can he get close enough to the McLaren and to the Mercedes? Gonna slow down on purpose, trying to get the better exit rather than the better braking zone, folks. Here we fucking go! It's gonna be straight fucking wide! What the fuck? Oh my fucking shit! People are crashing like fucking fuck! Oh my god! Mark Tunyich up the inside. He's got the move. Jesus Christ! I can't believe that. 3 wide down the bloody straight. That is crazy. Barbar Jr. going into the pit lane. As well as George Hutchie's going into the pit lane as well. And here's Kerem up the fucking inside. He's gone wide, round the outside. Goes Eastdew. Great manoeuvre. He's got 2 for 1. Plant Baseball overtaking Kerem as well as Barbar overtaking Restorev. Here we fucking go, folks. Kiku on Eastdew. It's the battle of the fucking century. Here we go. Round the outside, the Alpine goes with the Ferrari. They're still side by side, going to go into the second turn here. Oh my fuck! He's been fucked into the second turn! I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. The battle of the fucking century has gone into pandemonium. Clean racing all throughout, but in just that one moment he's been absolutely bummed. It's up. What the fuck? Kerem's overtaken Eastdew in the pit lane, bruv. Can you believe it, folks? Kerem has just absolutely said, fuck you, Eastdew, yeah? I'm overtaking you in the pit lane, mate. That is mental. Brian now coming out here. He's going to see these two on the fucking circuit. Here we fucking go. Brian, he's going to get a run on these two drivers who've just pulled into the pit lane. Is he going to get close enough to look for a manoeuvre here? They're going to look for a manoeuvre themselves. Ferrari and the Aston Martin. Nothing going to come from it just yet. They're still very close to each other. Mick Mullen with a 3-second time penalty. Brian, if he can hold on to these people just up ahead of him, can he get a manoeuvre that could secure a little position? As here comes Restorev overtaking the Mercedes of Mick Mullen down the straight. As here we fucking go. Here's Eastdew. Close to Kerem. DRS being used. They're going to go side by side here through the fatal chicane. Side by side, a bit of contact coming into the turn. Around the outside, the Ferrari goes. That's a clean manoeuvre. Fair enough to the Ferrari. He's keeping his P8 slot for now. But here comes the Aston Martin. Still going to come back at that Ferrari. He's going to lunge it. He's going to... Oh, never mind. He's shit. He's absolutely wank. He's not going to go for it. Right-hander here. Here comes Joe the Super overtake. Oh my fucking god! That's a fucking kamikaze! What is going on in Australia, folks? Maldi has been absolutely bummed. And he's going to go into the pits for wing damage. Oh, Christ. Right, I'm back. I just went to get some water because, well, you know, watch Marty get top 10 now. Maybe just maybe STB Marty. He's on his revenge. You know, it's giving revenge. Do you know what I mean? Wobbly wiggly, wobbly wiggly, wobbly wiggly. Prediction on DNF count. Did he go to the Highlands in Scotland to get fresh water or something? Took ages, yeah. I got a lot of ice in it, so. Let me just have a sip, actually. Bloody hell. Pistol, is you stroking? Why are you moaning like that? You are! Lemon neck. Oh, wobbly wiggly, wobbly wiggly, wobbly wiggly. He said bored of the safety car, he had time to watch his water ice over. That's very true, but let me fucking go! Wake the fuck up, you stupid bastards! If you ain't watching the stream now, because the safety car's in this lap. Yeah? Here we fucking go. Oh my god, there's contact. There's contact between the drivers. Here we go. Bar. He's gonna go far. There we go, he's gone. The Ferrari's overtaken the Williams. You can't do that before the line, folks. Going down the straight, here we fucking go. Here's the Mercedes. He's side by side here with the Ferrari. Around the outside, looking to go here on the first turn. Can he get it? No, he pulls out the manoeuvre. Gets the better exit, and he gets ahead of the Ferrari. Going down the straight, here we go. Into the right-hander. Can the Ferrari go for it down the inside? No, he cannot. Can some other drivers look for him down the inside? The Ferrari looks for it here on the Red Bull of Brian. He can't get it, though. And here we fucking go. The Haskell. Oh, there's contact between the two of them. Contact between the two of them. Here comes the Super. Around the outside, he's looking to go here at the Ferrari. Can he get... Oh my fucking god! He's murdered him! Well, can you believe it? And here we fucking go. The Mercedes here. Joe the Super now going to go around the outside. PSML, don't know what that fucking means. Here's O Johnson. Here's Maldy versus O Johnson. Oh, there's contact! There's contact! He's round! Here we go, back to the top spots here. Here's Plant Baseball. A wobbly wiggly, wobbly wiggly, wobbly wiggly. Ooh, here comes the rest of Rev. He's going to use the ERS. Not going to get close enough, though. Every driver very close to each other. STB Maldy here, actually. We're getting a lot of positions. Here's Brian. Down the inside he goes. There's contact. He's almost round. Is he going to get overtaken here by the Williams going into the left-hander? I think he will. Unfortunately for him, he will. And Brian is now down into P12. Here we go. Here comes the Sauber on Bar Jr. Here comes the Williams. Is he going to make it 3 wide going into the turn? No, the Williams are at the inside of the Red Bull. The Red Bull on the outside, and he keeps his position at INF. I think there's a collision. Maybe something's happened here. No, he's lost just 2 positions in one, just like a fucking idiot. Here's Maldy. He's overtaken Joe the Super, and he's got the position. STB Maldy's really fell off, man. I remember commentating on STB Maldy winning the championship in tier whatever. In tier 3, actually. I do remember him winning the championship in tier 3. F122. I need to see that prime STB Maldy back, because he's not doing anything. This is not the STB Maldy I've come to know and love. Do you know what I mean? Here comes Rest of Rev overtaken Bar. They're side by side going on to the exit of this turn and out into the left-hander. Is there going to be any more contact? Here it comes! Yes, there fucking is! Well, oh, well, oh, well, oh, well. Barbar Jr. with a bit of a collision there. As here we go, Bush Moss overtaking Kerem here, going down the straight. That's a clean manoeuvre, nothing to really write home about that. Down the straight we go. Here's the McLaren here of Demetrius, getting very close to the East Dew. He's going to look to... No, he's not lunging it. Right-hander, here we go. Kyriakidis, now into the left-hander. Almost a bit of contact between the two of them. 6 laps left, it is Kerem! Kerem! He's round! Fuck me! One of the top spots, he's parking himself on the circuit. You can't do that, bruv. That's not giving. That's giving safety car on purpose. Do you get it? He's going to try and cause a safety car. Yeah, he scores one. Well done, Kerem, mate. Well done, Kerem, mate, because that's on stream, pal. That's on stream, pal. Do you want to get yourself a safety car, mate? Because that's on stream, mate. You'll get banned. You'll get banned, mate. Yeah, well done, mate. Well done, mate. Waste all of our fucking times because you want to be selfish. And you've cut the pit lane entry there as well. You'll get 5 seconds for that, you stupid bastard. Pissing me off. Stupid bastard. He's brought the safety car out fully as well. What a prick. And I hope he does watch this back, because I'd love it if I hit him. I love it if I hit him. I used to remember that 3-second time penalty. But I'm pissed. Well, Barbar looks like he's going to win the race. Hashtag kick Kerem from the championship. I agree with that. He wouldn't even make it in tier 4. Ooh. You tell him, Granite. You tell him, Granite. You tell him, Granite. Hey, y'all. Hello, Second Chance. G-Man Plant, what the fuck? Yep, you can report it if you want, mate. I'm sick of it as well. I'm sick of drivers being selfish. I'm sick of drivers being fucking selfish and trying to get their own safety cars on the track. Because they don't have a good race, but they don't like when other people do. Yeah? Just firm it, mate, you stupid prick. Maldi is penalty free. That is it. Oh my fuck. If he just stays within... Actually, do you know what? Fuck this fucking... If he... Bruv, he could actually get, like... P7 if they all, like, finish within 1 second. Bang that guy, I agree, Kingsman. I mean, hey, look. It's up to STB Maldi. You know what I mean? It's up to his idea. Pistol, is that you? That is me. I am Pistol. He's Second Chance. I don't... It was... That was quite a moment. It was such a moment that he just stopped on track altogether. It's Miho. Big up Miho. Big fucking up Miho, man. Hope you do banging tomorrow in tier 4. Big fucking up. Malfunction with the wheel. Not racing in tier 4, sadly. That is a shame. That is a shame. I would love to commentate on you. Absolute quality stream as always. Big up Kingsman. I just want to bring that entertainment. Do you know what I mean? Just want to bring up that entertainment. It's like everyone's just on penalties. Some mad penalties. If Maldi just stays behind a lot of these drivers. In fact, if Maldi just overtakes the P10, he can actually get like P5. In all seriousness, Maldi could actually do really well in this race. Yeah, we can still farm some clips, man. There we fucking go. How many things can go around here at the end? 14. I think we're going to have like a massive fucking crash between 3 drivers. And the clip farming is going to go fucking mental. McMullen and Eastdew. I don't know what they're doing here. Eastdew's overtaking him. I don't. Not sure what happens there. Bloody hell, did he just go in the wall? What the bloody hell? What is going on here? What are these two doing? What are these two pricks doing? Safety cars in this fucking lap, so if you haven't been fucking awake, fucking look at the stream, mate, because it is now safety cars in this lap. Here we fucking go. Here we fucking go then, folks. 3 laps left to decide the Australian Grand Prix. Here's Plant Baseball. He's gone. And now here he's going to go side by side with anybody down the straight here. Here we go. Goes down the pit lane straight. Can Restorev get close to Demetrius here? Barbar's just going to stay behind Plant Baseball for the rest of this race to try and just seal an easy win for himself. Oh! Shit, he's got 3-second time penalty, bruv! And now Eastdew could come through for the win if he overtakes Barbar. That's huge! What tires are people on? Pretty much all mediums, mate, except for McMillan, who's on softs. That is huge, folks. Yeah, Carbre. Couldn't he go side by side with somebody here? No, I don't think so. What is that in the chat? Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. That is a... Please don't do that. Please don't do that. What's the point of that for? STB Maldi here. He's losing a lot of time to those up ahead of him. I think he'll still get a lot of positions at the end of the Grand Prix, but he's got to do better than that. Oh, Johnson overtaking Joe the Super here. And he's going on to this exit here. He's 3 wide down the straights. Fucking hell. Side by side action here. As carry him. That's what you get, mate, you stupid prick. Contact! Bloody hell. Going to the exit here. DRS is now enabled and Eastdew does not have DRS to Barbar. Could that mean Barbar can just seal the win here? Or can Plant Baseball gap him by 3 seconds right at the end of this Grand Prix? I don't know how he'd be able to do that. But if he can, it would be huge. It would be huge. Going a bit deep there, George Hutch, and looks like Bushmaster's looking to capitalise upon that. Could he go around the outside here? No. Can he now lunge it up the inside here? I don't think so. George Hutch going into the wall. Everyone's on penalties except for Maldi. Everyone is on penalties except for Maldi. I don't know how he's managed this, honestly. I don't know how this absolute honk of a driver has done this. But he has. So fair play to him. He's going to get a lot of positions here at the end of this race. As is Restorev and McMullen. Side-by-side action. Looks like Restorev just with a clean overtake. Hello, Cricket Gold. We love to see you. Hello, Banana Vettel. Hello. Raid of party. Oh, my shit. Oh, my fuck. Sort Concept 7. Oh, my shit. We've got 30 more people here, bruv. Fucking hell. The pressure's on here for the final fucking lap, boys. Get in. Come on, the raid. Come on. Let's have a fucking party. Here we go. Here we go. Last few bits of this race, folks. It is the final lap of the race. Make sure to stick around to get it. Here we go. Restorev versus Eastdew going into that first turn. Restorev looks like he's overtaken. Where's the booze? I don't know, Banana Vettel, mate. Looks like some of the drivers have been drinking it because they've got so much penalties. There is STB Maldi. Going to go on to the exit here. He's going to use a little bit of ERS. Plarpo could actually get the win here if they battle enough. McMullen and Eastdew going to go side by side. I think Barbar's going to win this race on penalties, folks. Y'all, I love you guys. Big fucking up. Here we go. It's the last bit of the race, folks. And I think the winner is going to be Barbar. I think it's going to happen for the lad. 1.8 seconds. GR Racing. It looks like Barbar's going to win it, folks. Can you believe it? 30 people on the fucking stream. They're all watching Barbar going to win this race unless he makes a big mistake here as Bushmaster and George Hutch side-by-side action. Onto the exit. Here's Eastdew. DRS being used. Can he look for the manoeuvre? I don't think he can. But here we go. It's over! This is it! Unless Barber makes a huge mistake into the last turn, he will win the Australian Grand Prix! It's around the last turn for Barber! Can he take it? Yes! He can! Barely on penalties, but it's the Red Bull to seal the win here in Australia! Well done to Barber! He takes the win. There's a massive chop and change with anybody in the standings. Holy shit! Maudi's P4! What the fuck? Maudi is going to P4 just based on penalties. How the fuck has that happened? Mental race. What a race, folks. Thank you all for the raid. Thank you all for joining us here in Tier 3. It's been a fucking delight. Please follow us, lads. Follow us if you want to see more of that bloody action. To tell you what, it was absolutely fantastic. How did Maudi do that then? Mental. He just went up to 4th after finishing like P12 on track, just based off penalties. I followed you, mate. Come on, Cricket Gold. It's things you love to see. Wow, 32 people just watching the absolute onslaught of STB Tier 3. Make sure you fucking come back for more. Every single fucking Wednesday we do this shit. And we're doing it tomorrow for Tier 4. Mental last lap, says JR Racing. I'd have to agree. And on TikTok as well, I comment on them. Thank you, Cricket Gold. Thank you, Cricket Gold. Things you love to see. Well done STB Mounty for getting P4 to that for free. I don't know how we managed to squeak that in. And I'll tell you what, if people up over here get some penalties, P20 to P4? Sorry. Run up the TikTok page, absolutely. Bloody hell, but Barbar's going to win it tonight. I'll follow you on Twitch and TikTok. Get in there, Banana Vessel. Max Verstappen 33, running up. Let's get it up there, folks. Get it up there. Unreal commentary now. Thank you, Banana Vessel. Maudi is your P4 man. I don't know how he's done that, but Barbar is up at a P1, a Slovenian. Well done to him. Get me back in here tomorrow. Tomorrow, everybody. He is driver of the day. If you took a look on the little game things, Cricket Gold, it did say he was driver of the day. Did Manny get disqualified from quali, lol? No, he just finished 20 because he's really shit. He's the league owner. Thank you all for watching. Please, everybody, come back for Tier 4. We do this stuff ever and again. I mean, of course, if Concept 7 is you know, streaming tomorrow, then let him do it. Let him do it. But if he's not, and STB is free for you for Tier 4, I'm commentating here again, same time, 8 PM GMT. Come see us. Thank you for watching. We'll see you all later, folks. It's absolute cinema for tonight. Hopefully it will be for tomorrow for Tier 4. Same track. Ta-da, folks. Ta-da. Have a good one. Have a good one.